Jy moet my voorstel as die betting man vanaand, bra. Betting man, Skelly Rebel, ja.
Ek het apparently nodig, jy het nou net dit op die stream gesê, jy is die betting man.
Is ek die betting man? Lekker.
There we go,
I'm the
guys.
betting man.
And if you are joining us tonight for the stream, thank you very much for joining. You are, of course, joining for the DPSS game, and that is, of course, DPS Silver versus the T5 team of DI. And I see the guys are already loaded into the server. Of course, I'm joined tonight by, with his new name, the betting man, Scully Rebel.
How's it, Jaco? How you doing?
All good, buddy. All good, all good. So yeah, interesting game tonight. DPS versus DI, both very strong teams. It looks like these guys might have a quick warm-up round before they start with the actual game. So the lineup for tonight is actually quite nice. There's a couple of names in there that everybody should know. Hey, but I see here Rob Riding Hood has just subscribed to your channel. That's interesting.
Welcome, Rob. We thought that you would have subscribed a long time ago.
Rob probably did subscribe a long time ago and then got gutful of our voices and probably unsubscribed.
Oh, he got pissed off with Scaly again, and then he decided, I'm going to unsubscribe, but now he's back. But good to have you back, Rob. Thanks for that sub, mate. And yeah, just remember to hit the bell to get notifications whenever we're online, so you don't miss out.
Lekker, man, lekker.
So by the way, we are also subscribed to the AOV channel, and we haven't unsubscribed ourselves yet.
No.
So just a little bit of food for thought there. Yeah. Seems like it's gonna happen now. But this is a burn round, you say. I see that the guys have just loaded for the fun of it a team deathmatch. So let's see how this thing just goes through quickly, and then we'll have the official match that's going to start after this one.
Yeah, so they did let me know that they're putting in a TDM just to make sure that they're all, sort of loaded in the right teams, and that they're all on the right sides and that sort of thing. So it's all good. It's all good. I'll just check with them quickly if they are actually going to play this through, or if because technically speaking they could just restart the server, but then unfortunately we'll restart it on this map, I think. So that will cause them the same issue.
No. You can actually select the map that you want to start on, Jaco. It gives you the four. If you've loaded 4 maps, it'll give you the 4 maps, and you can choose the one that you want to start on.
Okay. Let me just confirm with them. Burn round. Or restart.
So interesting game, interesting day again on all social media fronts, I see.
Yes, we actually had quite a bit of fun, myself and you, on Discord today.
Yeah, so the betting man got taken out again from a dizzy height. Everybody doesn't believe in my faith that I have that MSNK is not going to be #1 in Division 3. And as soon as I say something, obviously the attack dogs come out, Mallies and so on. Nyara.
Yeah, I mean, I saw we muted a couple of people on the Rose channel for the fun, and unmuted them.
Yeah, we were roasting.
We were roasting a little bit. And then, of course, we upgraded someone's status as well to a roast master.
A roast master, yeah, that's a good word for it, actually. A roast master, yeah.
That was.
I tried to go into Me6 there to try and change the permissions, and but the software the app didn't want to load. So I'll see tomorrow morning. So watch out. There's a new roast master in the roast channel.
Yeah. So his name is in a lovely orangey type of color. So you'll see him there, being our resident roast master, also from AOV, I believe.
Yeah, it is. But we're not going to reveal the name now. The guys can go and have a look there and see.
Yeah, go visit the roast channel. Go
figure out who it is.
We don't visit there often. Well, at least I don't. I don't visit often.
Yeah, no, me neither. I've muted the channel because there's too many little memes there with guys sitting on a toilet, and I don't know what they're doing there. Stuff like that.
But after
Pluckies.
Yeah, but look, here's the thing. I don't visit the roast channel often, but I've got this little indicator on my phone that when it starts flashing and beeping, then I know Stickies is writing. I call him out Pluckies.
Yeah.
You know. And then they know Pluckies is writing, and then I have to go and check what's going on.
Yeah, it's actually funny because Pluckies was, when we just came in there, he was talking a little bit, and then all of a sudden when we came in there, everything went quiet.
Yeah, but Pluckies doesn't want to talk when you're there. That's the problem, you see.
He doesn't want to engage when Scaly is there. I don't know why. I mean, we've got such a good hate-love relationship going.
Yeah, good history.
Some good history there. And then we had Ben Becky that decided he's just going to leave the server. He he couldn't take the banter of the roast channel, or the heat of the roast channel, and then he just decided to leave.
But I guess Ben Becky will be back. I'm sure of it. I've seen him. He has actually left, I think, before, and then a couple of days. It's like a drug, the roast channel, right? Is
that like Justin Brooks now? They leave and come back and leave and come back.
It's like a drug. If you take a couple of days off, gather your thoughts, and then come back and dish it out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have that luxury, right? I'd love to just switch it off on a random Wednesday, but stuff happens.
Yeah, stuff happens. You're right. Yeah, no, I'm sure Ben Becky will be back because I know that he was comfortable in there. Yeah. I don't know why he left though.
I think a couple of...
I mean, at the end of the day, it was only all good fun and so on. But I've seen this community, bro. As soon as Kylie does something or says something, then everybody's like on top of him for some reason or the other. I don't know why.
It could be that it's like when you never say something and you then say something, it gives you something to aim at, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It could be that.
Exactly. It's like now, Scaly is here. Let's rip him to pieces. See what it's all about. So, like, what was the one guy said there that he thinks that I'm quite sensitive, or something.
But you are quite sensitive.
I'm quite sensitive when it comes to the community and doing good for the community, and making sure everybody's having fun and so on.
You are the most sensitive.
And the only time that
you are the most sensitive trucker / cowboy / Terminator that I've ever met.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, let's take Nico as an example now. For instance, if Nico came in there and he says, I'll put $200 on MSNK or whatever, and he makes a little bet on the sideline, everybody will be laughing and cheering and whatever, and it'll be all fun and games. But as soon as Scully says, listen, I'm betting against this team, then everybody's like, what?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
No honey popper down.
Yeah, but
no honey.
Here's the thing that I think that people are seeing, right? Is that's like a judge making a joke about the death penalty. You verstaan? Like some judges, they're not allowed to make jokes about the death penalty because people take judges seriously. See, so I think it's not.
But hey, man, I think everybody should just lighten up a bit, because at the end of the day, most of them, 99% of them, don't know me. They don't know my personality and they don't know what I'm about and all of that shit.
Yeah.
So maybe take the time and drop into a party sometime. Let's have a chat.
All good.
Yeah, and then we can discuss a bet or two.
Well, obviously we know you're a compulsive gambler.
Yeah, well, I tried that gambling channel that you set up there. I've tried that a bit, but I see that I've lost some gold and then I win some gold.
There's a couple of these guys that are like seriously taking that to the next level, that casino channel, by the way. I saw a guy from MRU there, and I can't recall the exact name now. But this guy had like 500 gold already. So when we eventually bring in that sales system that we wanted to do, where you can start paying someone on Discord with your gold and that sort of stuff, and become something that you can actually use, then that guy's going to be in the pound seats. I think I've got something like, I don't know, I think 20 gold or something. And it's all, and it's
Is that the guy?
Because I test the server every now and again to make sure the bot works.
Oh, okay. Is that, you say that it's the guy from MRU?
I think it's a guy from MRU, if I'm not mistaken. He's got like over 500. He's the lead at the moment. He's got 500 and I think 503 gold or something. Because I've got a little report thing that I can draw and see who's got how much gold, whether that means something or not. And he's clearly in the lead. So obviously one of two things: either also a compulsive gambler, or just too much time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I hope that the MRU stuff is sorted out by Friday. Is it sorted out by Friday? Otherwise, you won't be able to use the gold.
Yeah. No, that's in progress. That's in progress.
In progress.
Yeah, no, in progress. So, of course, guys, tonight, if you are watching the stream, me and Scully are just having a little bit of a chat while we're waiting for these guys to finish their TDM sort of burn round to make sure they're in the right teams and that sort of thing. We are unfortunately, of course, not joined by Slash tonight. Apparently, he's working. We don't know how true that is. Slash,
some other roadshow.
Slash, if you are listening and watching the stream is as good as streaming it. So, you might as well. But apparently Slash is working, so good luck with that, buddy. So, of course, tonight we will not have the Slash cam that we had last week. We will hopefully have it back again either this coming Thursday with the next stream, or then when Slash is back on board. For those of you who did not watch the last stream and know what the Slash cam is, please go and do so. It's a little PIP camera, so a picture-in-picture camera that shows a secondary view of the battlefield while the game is going on of the same game. So it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, we can't show it to you tonight because we have dedicated work people in our team as well.
Yeah, someone has to pay the bills and keep the economy going.
Yeah. Something's got to pay for that great line that he has.
Yeah.
So it's all good. So just the other thing that I wanted to mention, Scully, while we're waiting for the guys. Obviously, I mean, I think everybody saw that today, but we did actually update that rule regarding the spectating. There was a lot of guys that had questions about that. And look, guys, I mean, obviously, there's reasons why we put these rules in to try and keep it fair towards everybody that's playing, all the teams that are involved and that sort of thing. But I mean, what has come about is obviously with the T5 series, what has happened is that basically if the guys plan it properly, it means that, you don't have both, for example, teams with two T5 teams or clans with two T5 teams. Both of them might not be playing on the same night, and the one might actually want to watch the other one. So,
correct.
So I mean, it's understandable, and we from an organizing perspective, I mean, one of our main goals is always to get as much of this gameplay and things out to the community as well. So we also don't want to hamper anybody from being able to stream and enjoying games and that sort of thing. So we did revise the rule, and in a nutshell, the rule basically says that if both team captains of the teams that are playing will agree, then that will be allowed to do own stream teaming. And there are three conditions. One is that the stream has to be broadcasted. Two is that the team has representation of both sides. In other words, there can't be it can't just be one team playing. It has to be represented by both of the teams that are playing on the stream. And then, of course, the third rule is that it has to be explicitly agreed by the two captains. And what I mean explicitly is that the one captain has to say, can we do our own team stream? And the other captain has to say yes. Because assumptions is not a defense, right? You can't say that we did it and because the other captain didn't say anything, we thought it would be okay. That's an assumption, right? So it has to be explicitly agreed between the two captains as well. And I know it sounds a little bit, nitty gritty and this sort of thing. It's really not. The intent of these rules, again, is to try and keep it as fair and as open and as transparent, towards all teams that are playing. We obviously have the best of intent, and we figure that most teams have the same. But of course, it's always better to make sure that these things are in place in case there is any kind of discrepancy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and at the end of the day, it's only fair if you have representatives from both teams in the same party doing the stream, and it's being broadcasted. For someone just to spectate the team, and there's only 4 seats available, and one team takes over all 4 seats. That's a bit unfair, and even to the fact that if they don't broadcast it, then it could be seen as a dodgy move by the opposite team. So, hence the reason that we wrote those 3 conditions in there.
Yeah.
Just to keep it fair. It's always to try and keep it fair.
Correct. Now, hopefully, I mean, with the rule, I don't want to say it's been relaxed. It's just been adapted for where we are, with comps and that sort of thing. But let's say relaxed for the moment, because there's not really a better way to say it. But with this rule being relaxed at the moment, I do hope that we get to see more and more streams. We are looking at probably close to about anything between 35 and 40 games being played every week. Some of them, obviously a lot of them are T5 games, and then also the Premier League or 12v12 games. And at the moment, for example, last week we only had 8 streams that went out for the whole week. So that is really, if you think about the total number of games being played versus the amount of streams that are going out, it's really only a small portion. So hopefully, with the rule being relaxed as well, there may be some more streams coming the way of the community, which is of course what we're hoping, right?
Yeah, that'll help the Battlefield Clan Wars grow a little bit more and get a little bit more exposure. And obviously, when we continue onto the new Battlefield game that's going to launch in October, somewhere there, we will have a bit more. We might have a lot more clans participating.
Yeah.
And by that time, I'm sure that we'll be able. We've got the rules set down. Because the rules won't change as much, but at least we've got the clans that are familiar with the rules and the way that we play and organize these games and matches and so on.
Correct.
So obviously still in a bit of a learning curve where we are now, trying to fine tune everything, but we'll get there. We'll get to a point where everything is going to work out perfectly.
So I don't know if we should, but maybe just as a little bit of a teaser, guys. I know it's still very, very early in season 2, but there is something very exciting coming after season 2. So just bear that in mind. If you are thinking of, if you're not in a clan at the moment and you're watching the stream and you're thinking of creating a clan, or you are in a clan and you want to do your own clan, or you're not in a clan at all and you want to join one, after season 2, there is something really, really exciting coming. I'm not going to mention what it is at the moment. We are in discussions with a couple of people, but something, I must be honest, I think from what we have done so far, what is coming post season 2 is probably for me one of the most exciting things that we have attempted. So there's a bit of a teaser trailer for you.
Yeah, that's not a lot of info there, actually. I thought that you're going to say a bit more about that. But, I'm also very excited about that. We're taking things to the next level. And it'll be exciting. That's all we can say. That's all we can say.
It's really a teaser trailer, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a teaser of note. Yeah, but, just all in all, thanks to everybody that's participating and, the clans that participate and play, and the players out there and the whole community and so on, and supporting this initiative. We think you guys are great. And obviously we're just growing from strength to strength on a daily basis. And I think we've got, like, when you look at the rule structure, for instance, I know that there's another guy who said on Facebook, I'm not going to call names now, he said that that he doesn't like rules, and he urinates at our rules, basically, so we know that, some of the rules is a bit of a pain in the ass at the end of the day, but we need that to try and keep it fair. We might do something as a relaxer little short tournament or something, to end off maybe Battlefield 1, because remember, if the next Battlefield launches, it's not going to be ready for the first 3 months at least. We can expect that. We can expect that there's going to be a lot of bugs. We might not have servers. There's still going to be a lot of problems. So we might do another season, on Battlefield 1, seeing that, it's almost where we need it to be, and with incursion slowly but surely creeping up on us, we might include all of that. But at the end of the day, I think, as time goes on, we'll refine the game modes, we'll refine the rules, we'll refine everything, the way that we operate and the way that we do the registrations and all of that. So Boki's mentioned today that, we need to have not an open season, but like a transfer window, because we understand that people, players leave clans, but they do that constantly and on a weekly basis. You'll find that one player left his clan and he's playing for another clan and so on. And so we decided that what we're going to do is, like, right in the middle of this season 2, we'll have like maybe 2 days for people who want to move over to other clans and so on, because currently we said that you can move to another clan, but you're not allowed to play. So in the middle of the season, I think it's another 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now, there'll be a 2-day window of opportunity for you guys, the guys who left the clan, to join another clan, to register there, and you'll be able to continue with the season from there, also within the clan.
Yeah.
But it's only to try and accommodate that, but we can't have an open season all the time, for people who move from one clan to the other.
No, the administration behind that is just a nightmare.
Well, it's a nice, yeah, it's just too much unnecessary work. If we keep ourselves busy with so much admin, we don't have the opportunity to go and look for sponsors and make Battlefield Clan Wars better. That's the thing with all these administration and stuff like that.
So here's an interesting.
If we have to, like,
Here's an interesting question on the stream, though. We're having a question on what do we want from Battlefield 28, from the new Battlefield. I assume that's what the question means. What do we want from the new Battlefield? Yes, I would love it. You know what?
I need gun attachments. That's what I want.
To be honest with you, as long as there's choppers, I actually don't care. I just there needs to be a chopper or 2 that I can.
Yeah, something to fly with. The proper stuff to fly with, actually.
Well, because look, I'm not a plane guy, right, at all. And this last sort of year and a half, having nothing with blades was tough. It was tough. I became an infantry player out of choice, not out of choice.
Yeah, you were forced into it.
Yeah, no, I was forced into
World War One veteran. Yeah.
So as long to
I would like to see a bit more gun attachments, actually. Like in Battlefield 4, where you could add all these different scopes and night scopes, and you have this one favorite gun that's been tweaked and pumped out to the way that you like it to be, and that's what I would like to see. I would like to see more gun attachment. These skins doesn't do anything to the game or the gameplay or the gun, or makes the weapon better or anything like that.
But era-wise, I mean, I'd love to see, to be honest, a sort of a Vietnam setup, and I think it's leaning towards. Unfortunately, I think it's leaning towards a World War II thing. But I would have loved to see, something along the lines of Vietnam again. But I mean, all indications at the moment, and sort of best guesses, I think, is that it's leaning towards World War II.
More jungle and Argonne Forest type of gameplay.
Yeah. Right, I see that the guys have finished their burn round, so that took them not too long, actually. They were, they're still okay.
About 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, they're still okay. They're still within the boundaries.
Yes, Chop Prince, 0 kills, 1 death. What did he do? Where was he?
He probably just arrived.
Oh yeah, could be.
Rob saying...
Okay, so what's the first map that we're going to do?
The first map is... Let me just check here quickly. I've got it on here. First map should be Foul Fortress, actually.
Ah, okay, cool.
So Rob
what did you say? What did Rob say?
Rob said you will be flying Spitfires. So if there's no choppers, then I'll have to force myself to do the infantry thing again. Right, guys, if you're looking at the map now, the first map is Foul Fortress. You can see there's 5 aside, and I'll bring up the lineup for you so you can see who's playing. We've got AJ there, Emil, Banks, Yay, and W3. Then on the other side, we've got DC, DM, Jade is there, Nico's there, and of course Chop Prince. So quite a nice lineup for this team. This is DPS Silver versus DI, and to be honest, I'm not so sure. I want to go with DPS Gold is their first team and DPS Silver is their second team, but the DPS Silver guys have equally, good players. So I think it was more a fact of they had to make 2 teams and they had to pick a name. I actually don't think that DPS Silver is any less skilled than DPS Gold.
I agree.
Also, the other thing is that we of course have Banks playing, who is the clan leader for DPS.
Yeah, I see that they spawned there, Yaku.
Yeah, I'm here running first person with Banks already, who's at the Charlie flag and busy taking that. A is busy being taken by DI. So 2 quick moves there. The B flag is open at the moment, not being contested as yet. And I'm just going to take a bit of an overhead view.
That's underground, eh? I see DI is moving into the castle there.
Yep. First person
going for Bravo.
With Jade Nikita, it looks like she's going to try and either go around the back or protecting the back of A. But there's somebody here at A contesting the flag.
Yeah. Chop Prince just took C there together with, who's that, DC-10. And we have a lockdown there, it seems. That was a quick one.
Yep. But Banks is taking back A here. Oh, and just fell off the wall there.
I see that there's 2 guys protecting B, Niku and DM7. And DC-10 with Jade Nikita here on the Charlie flag. See that they seems like they want to, just keeping guard on this side. One thing that I see now is like the DPS guys are very clunked together here on the Alpha flag. No one is moving out into any direction.
Yeah, I think I think they're protecting Alpha at the moment.
Yeah, but you don't need all 5 guys to do that.
Yeah, I can see that.
I see the most easiest way for me, if I look at this map, will be to try and take Alpha and Charlie. Because there's a bit of sneaky corners, around Bravo. If you've got it, you can try and keep it. But like in this position, where they need to take at least Charlie, I wouldn't go for Bravo. I'll just go for Charlie because it's in the open. Much easier to try and shoot from the Alpha side onto Charlie.
Correct.
And back again than to go inside the tunnels and the catacombs there and try and take that thing back. But that's exactly what they did now. But DM7 is there.
But it doesn't look like there's a massive push from DPS onto any one of the other flags. I mean, you've got Emil, who started going for the Bravo flag by himself, but he had 3 defenders there. So that made it very difficult for him. And, as they hang around, the score is sort of, tightening up. I see that they are now pushing for the Charlie flag as well. The thing is in these T5 games, if you let the scorer get away from you, the time limit is so small that, once the score gap is open, you don't always have time to sort of make it up, right? But I see they have now taken Alpha and Charlie. So maybe they are sticking with going with your strategy, and if they can manage to protect these 2 flags, that ticket count will close again.
Yeah, definitely. Because if there's random spawn points on these domination games.
Yeah.
So I would just pull back a bit. I wouldn't even go for Bravo. Just try and keep Alpha and Charlie. Because the flags are close to each other and it's easy to manage, with 5 guys.
Yeah. So I'm here with Fairbanks. He's doing a good job at healing his teammates that were downed.
See, a Chop Prince is moving onto Alpha, but he got taken out there by AJ.
So at the moment, there's a lot of protection going on. We saw DPS protecting the A flag for the first bit of the match, then moved on C. Now we've got DI protecting the B flag and not really moving out on any one of the other ones. They have a little bit of a lead, so it's not too much of a problem right now, but once that ticket gap is closed, then it will become a problem.
Yeah, I see Chop Prince is moving on the backside here of the castle, but he got taken out there by Fairbanks. I think he heard him running behind his back.
Fairbanks at a good position here. He's got a good overview of Charlie as well as protecting that wall from the back. And then we've got AJ on the other wall who's doing the same thing, protecting the A flag, and then also has a good view down at the gate.
Yeah, and you can also hear if someone runs, behind him, like Chop Prince is coming down here again. Let me just see if he's going to turn around. He's definitely, there he just turned around now. You can hear the footsteps running there. I think that the volume on that headset is turned up very high.
You can hear him running on Argon Forest.
Yeah, you can hear those boots. Chop Prince taking a wide route down the waterway here, right on the edge of the map to get to Charlie. I think he's going to succeed in that. Just got joined with 3 of his teammates there, BM7 and DC10. I think they're going to take Charlie now. Fairbanks back on his position.
Yeah, he's got a good overview there from that wall. We've got Emil coming in, but he's faced with 2 defenders. So I think...
Also taking a flanking route, yeah. I was going to see who first. Chop Prince, Fairbanks.
Oof.
Yeah, Fairbanks just took him out there.
Jade Nikita very unlucky with that spawn that she had. Spawned and died.
Ticket count is closing slowly but surely there. 46 for 54.
Well, now we've got some of the DI guys pushing on Alpha as well. Chop Prince, DM Jades here as well.
I see you can take this Alpha flag from the bottom here. Did you see that, Yaku?
Yeah.
You don't have to be at the top.
Correct, from the door and actually from the corner as well. So if you're in the corner down at the door, you can take it from that side as well. Good strategy closing the doors, I think, by DI. That's something a lot of guys forget to do.
Yeah, that's a good protection there. They must just be careful there because Jade is right around the corner.
Oh, but Emil takes her out.
Chop Prince is at the top there.
Yeah.
Trying to take that flag, but there's 2 guys, so they're holding it.
Yeah, so I think they're going to wait for spawn support if they manage to make it. But DI...
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Alpha's going down there.
So good spawn work there from DI as well. Using a player as a spawn beacon that made them take the Alpha flag. So Alpha and Bravo being held by DI at the moment, leading on 63 tickets. DPS holding the Charlie flag, held the Alpha flag for quite some time and on 56 tickets. So there is now a smaller gap, but still a little bit of a gap.
Yeah. See, the DPS guys are going to try and... Who's that going down there? It's in W3S and AJ moving down in the what do you call that? The gallows, the catacombs,
the
storeroom.
It's probably the storeroom. I actually just want to get to that C point there very quickly and just see what's happening here. We've got the guys from DI taking Charlie.
It's a DPS just lost Charlie there. Yeah, you see the Alpha and Charlie flags are the 2 of the flags that's I think the easiest to try and hold.
Yeah.
And attack and defend anyway. But if you've got B is definitely Bravo is the bonus on this map.
Great. So interesting thing though is that during that time that they've lost Charlie, DPS has gone down and taken that Bravo flag. So at the moment it seems to me that both these teams are, have these moments of attack and then sort of go into defensive mode. But I think that the instruction now has been we have to take more flags, because I see that the DPS guys are back here at Charlie, and they are capping the Charlie flag, and then you've got a lot of defensive positions by the DI guys.
Yeah, I see DC-10 has taken the high ground, and he's defending the Alpha flag basically, and he's overlooking Charlie as well.
Yeah.
Using his sniping rifle over there. But the DPS guys are definitely going to have to try and take the Alpha flag as if they want to try and catch up on the lead there a bit quicker than what it's going to go now.
Yeah. Look, from about
every time that they lose one flag now, the ticket gap is going to grow slowly but surely.
Yeah, look, I mean, from about 150 tickets, it starts becoming, sort of more difficult, because you start running out of time to actually close, any sort of gap. Because from 150 tickets onwards, normally it starts moving really fast. So I see that the Bravo objective has been taken back by DI. So we've got DPS running into that. Oh, and just got taken out there by Niku. Unfortunate. This map is spectated a lot better from a high perspective, I must be honest with you, because first person at the moment is not showing us what's happening. And with the floating camera, I can get all three flags into the view so that we can watch what's happening over there. Guys, if you have joined us on the stream for tonight, thank you very much. If you have subscribed already, that's great. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Also hit the little bell to get your notifications, and that will make sure that you don't miss any of the action that we bring to the community. If you are out there and you're watching the stream and there's someone specific that you want us to try and spectate, please just ask on the stream and we'll do our best to get to that. At the moment, we have 95 versus 81, DI leading with the 95 tickets and holding both the Alpha and the soon to hold the Charlie flag. Bravo flag being held by DPS at the moment.
Yeah, see, DPS is moving into the Alpha flag now. They're definitely going to cap this one, but like I said, if they want to gain some ground, they're going to have to try and take the third flag as well. Even if they hold it for 5 seconds or so, it'll make a big difference in the ticket count.
I think they actually might try doing that now, to be honest. But you see, you've got...
Yeah, I see they're trying to push there, but the DI guys are defending quite well here. You've got DM7 in the corner there. He took over Banks' position on Overwatch for for Alpha and Charlie.
Yeah. So we've got Niku now here on the Alpha flag. I think he's going to probably wait for some spawn support, which he gets. And also trying to cover that flag at the same time. So DI indeed taking back the A flag. To be honest with you, this is very close. It's not, I mean, there's not a massive ticket difference in this at the moment. I mean, it's sort of just over 10 tickets, 12 tickets at the moment. So it's very close.
Yeah, it is. DPS guys moving into the Charlie flag here. But I see the DI guys are moving into Bravo again. So it's a bit of a yo-yo game here tonight.
Yeah, a bit of tug of war, isn't it?
Tug of war.
But this is what I was saying to you earlier, is it looks like, there's a big push, and as soon as there's 2 flags taken, then the guys go into sort of defensive mode. I mean, we haven't seen a domination tonight. So both these teams...
there was one in the beginning of the match. There was one that was like a few seconds, but
I think
it wasn't long.
I think both these teams got almost content to hold 2 out of 3 at the moment.
That's all they have to do. Yeah, DI went hard on Charlie just now.
We've got some DPS guys here. Trying to push into that flag, and it's 3-on-1 at the moment. So Chop Prince might have a difficult time. Does a good job in trying to hold the guys off, but gets taken out by... I wasn't sure if it was AJ or Emil who took him out, but they took him out there. And
look at that. We're going for the domination there. Look at that. Bravo, Charlie and Alpha is with DPS.
But DPS has no one
protecting... How long are they going to hold it?
Oh, a couple of seconds. Yeah. There we go. A starting
a few seconds makes a difference. Look at that. See there? Look at those ticket count there.
Yeah, no, it makes a massive difference.
Just need it for 5 seconds. Yeah, you can catch up so quickly. Now all they have to do is just keep it there. And obviously, you know, they might gain some points there. But I see the Bravo flag is going down. Nico from DI is at the bottom there. He's making sure that the Bravo flag gets into the hands of DI.
I wanted to get into that room at the bottom, but then I was too late. So Alpha and Bravo being held by DI then on 119, and then DPS closing a big gap with that domination. But there's a risk of a domination here for DI. And if they do
we're going to get another lockdown, yeah. Jade Nikita. There's DM7 also. That Charlie flag is going down quickly. Now you're going to see that ticket difference going to grow slowly but surely. A little bit more. Look at that.
I see Alpha is being taken back, but there's it opened up about a 15 ticket gap there.
Yeah, it goes quickly, eh? You just need it for like 5 seconds.
So very, very well played.
This is what I like about Dominate. It's such a quick and fast-paced game.
And unpredictable
I feel my heart
as well.
racing, yeah. Very, 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 very unpredictable. But there we can see, look at that. Who's at the bottom there? Is it Swiss? WJ and Emil.
They're going for the reverse DPS. Domination.
Yeah, another lockdown there quickly.
Let's see.
Oh, and there goes Alpha.
So there's
trying to gain some serious points there.
Good grenade throw there by AJ. On point with where that grenade
DPS guys are. Those DPS guys are glowing from all the flames.
So DI holding A at the moment with 136 versus DPS on 130. So 6 tickets in it at the moment. This is going to go down to the wire, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be a very close game. I think the tickets are going to be... It's going to be one of those games that's just going to be so close.
I would love to know what...
Charlie is going down.
I would love to know what this party chat is like at the moment.
Oh, yeah. I think there's a lot of swearing happening there. Yeah. Just as DPS gets closer and closer to DI, then DI just makes a move. And they increase the ticket count a little bit there.
But I see DPS taking the Alpha flag again. So they will...
Emil and Führer banks on Alpha.
So they might hold Alpha and Bravo here, and then but I think Bravo is being contested by DI as well. So DI taking back Bravo, but DPS will move on Charlie here.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that most of the DI guys are down at the bottom there. They're coming out, but you see that's the other thing is if you can try and keep them, you know, if the whole team is at the bottom there and you've got your guys positioned at those two entrances, you can try and keep that the guys at the bottom there while you have Alpha and Charlie.
Correct. Oh, just got taken out by Emil. Führer Banks got taken out by DC.
Emil taking Alpha there. That was a good one there. You see now, this is exactly what I was talking about. Look at that now. Okay, so DM7 managed to get out of that death trap there, which is a door, and because as long as your team is at the bottom there by Bravo, you know, when you spawn, you're going to spawn inside. You're not going to spawn outside.
Oh, and as I went into first person, this is the thing when you go into first person view on Domination, right? It doesn't last long.
Yeah. Yeah, you can flip through the guys, and as soon as you're into first person with one guy, then you'll die.
So again, DPS moving here. Oh, Führer Banks doing a good job there. There was a double kill happening there. And we've got Ye coming up. It's going to have an advantage coming from the back. And Chop Prince, unfortunately, I don't think saw him in time.
Oh, AJ needs to turn around. Yeah, as you're looking at that door. There's 2 of the DI guys coming through that door. Führer Banks also defending. Just got taken out there by DI. DI overrunning the A flag there.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of an unlucky spawn for him there.
W3S sneaking up on Nico at the bottom. Look at that.
Oof, and now DPS just spawn supporting here on the A flag, and we'll see whether they can manage to. It's 1-on-1 at the moment. So Chop Prince at the bottom, Jay at the top. So they're cancelling each other out at the moment. So A remains, but the DPS guys are spawning. Oh, and got taken out. So A's going down. A and C belonging to DPS at the moment, 152 versus 162, so 10 tickets difference still in it. And this is what I was saying. Now, once we've passed 150, it becomes difficult. It becomes difficult to close this gap.
Yeah, because the guys are spawning quite quickly on their teammates as well, and as soon as everybody's on that flag, it goes down very quickly.
Yeah. So at the moment, DPS are trying to get all these flags in. They've just taken Bravo, so holding Alpha and Bravo, but I think Alpha will be contested by DI, yeah?
Yeah, so DI is definitely doing a push on Alpha.
Yeah. And the problem with, if you take the Bravo flag, it's so far at the bottom that you know, by the time you've run back, the guys have taken A and C, you know, out of the equation. Oh, and here's a domination. We're looking at a lockdown. That could happen. I think Banks might try and avoid that by pushing for A, but they're one-on-one. Oh, he has taken him out. A couple of seconds. Banks saving the A flag there.
Is it going to be enough? All the DI guys are pushing hard on Alpha now. DPS doing a flank maneuver on Charlie.
Oof. So let's just have a quick look over Charlie here. So Charlie being held by DPS. DI now pushing on Charlie as well. But the DPS guys defending it quite well. Not going to let that one go. And let's just see if we can see
Banks are moving down to Bravo now, and the rest of the guys are moving on to Alpha. They're going to try and get a lockdown. It's not going to be an easy task, though.
So Bravo is dropping down, and we have Alpha closing on as well. But I think the DI guys noticed this, and they're heading for C. Choprin's doing a good job there.
Yeah, he's moving on to Charlie to see if he can break that that lockdown. Yeah, 3 of these teammates on that side. Yeah.
And Charlie being kept by DI. This is, you know what, the ticket count is about, it's about 20 tickets at the moment, which is not a lot, right? I mean, that is extremely close between these two teams.
If there's another lockdown, let's say by DPS, they can catch up very quickly. But I don't think that's going to be the case in this match or in this game.
I don't actually think there's time left. There's only 8 tickets in it for DI, and if they can manage to hold the Bravo and Charlie flag, then DPS will not be able to catch up. Not stopping they're not giving up, these DPS guys. I mean, they're chasing every flag. But we might actually see a last lockdown here if the DPS guys aren't careful. But I think they've got enough defenders there. They've got 2 versus 1. So stopping that lockdown from happening. And now it's just, it's cancelling. There we go. Yeah, they got it. So 2 tickets, 1 ticket, and I think DI will take this first map. There we go.
Yeah, well played to both teams on that one. That was pretty exciting stuff there, Jaco.
I must tell you that I didn't know what to, because the thing is with DPS, I mean, we know they're a great team, right? I mean, they're a Division 1 team. Then again, so is DI. Oh no, sorry, DI is Division 2, right? But I didn't know what to expect from DPS Silver. Because I mean, it's the first time that we're spectating them, first time that we're watching them. Obviously, you know, these guys are more used to playing in either, you know, sort of larger game modes, Rush or Conquest. But I think both of them played exceptionally well. The ticket close was very, very close. I mean, there was less than 20 tickets at the end, or just over 20 tickets at the end. So extremely close. But obviously there, in that particular circumstance, DI taking that first map. So congratulations to them on taking that first map, and well done.
Yeah, let's see what's going to happen on the second map. That's going to be St. Quentin Scar. That's always a lacquer map to play domination on.
Yeah.
You know, the points are not too close. But I think it's the 2 flags on the right-hand side of the map. Is that Charlie and Bravo, I think it is.
Yes.
That's closest to run or easiest to run, basically, than going all the way to the one on the far left.
Yeah. Look, again, I mean, most of these domination maps are set up in a way that there's always that outlier, right? That one flag that's either more difficult to get or that's further away or, whatever may be the case. So let's
this is Alpha and Bravo, actually, that's closest or you have Bravo to Charlie and Alpha to Charlie is quite a distance to go.
Exactly. I mean, if I take out my little pen here, which I'm going to do, you can see that these two flags, the Alpha and the Bravo flag, are, comparative a lot closer than what the C flag is from any one of these sort of points, over here.
And obviously if you run from Bravo to Charlie, it's quite easy. You might get shot more easily, doing the run from the one flag to the other flag.
And there's also a lot of hiding spots around sort of the middle over here, right? So there's a lot of guys hiding, just waiting for the guys to pass to go to the Charlie flag.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, if you've got like in a 5v5, if you've got 3 guys on the one flag and 2 guys on another flag, and this whole team decides they're going to push on, let's say, Bravo, where 2 guys are there, it's going to be nearly impossible for these guys to try and keep 5 guys away.
Correct.
But I see there that DI has taken Charlie, and they're moving over to the Bravo flag, and Alpha's with DPS.
But I see the DPS guys have run. There's a couple of them that stayed at Alpha, and then there's a couple of them that completely run past, heading towards that Charlie flag. Fear Banks by himself at the moment, so 2-on-1. Oh, and he didn't survive that. But there are some DPS guys coming in from the back. Hopefully they can clear out some of the DI guys protecting that flag, and there could be a chance.
There's someone here on Alpha. There is.
Very, very good job. Oof, but there's a lot of DI guys that want to make sure that they don't lose this Charlie flag.
Yeah, I see it's Fearer Banks and someone else. Who's that? Emil.
Yeah. Oof, just got taken out, unfortunately, by the DI guys. But DPS are holding Alpha and Bravo at the moment. But there are some DI guys heading over to the Bravo point.
Hey, see, I wouldn't have left Bravo now. I just would have kept it because Alpha, like you said earlier, Alpha and Bravo, those are the 2 flags that you want to keep.
Yes. Oof, good defending there by AJ. Fear Banks also over here, but they're 1-on-1 at the moment, so not capping the flag. Now they're 2-on-2.
3-and-2.
3-and-2. Oof, and the spawn support there, very well done. This is something that I've noticed about DI tonight, is that the way they play spawn support is actually, I mean, it's noticeably good. So carry on.
It's like everybody's in one squad or something.
To be honest with you, that's what I was about to say. I think there's either, they're in one squad, or there's very, very good communication going on at the moment, because they obviously know, it's probably a spawn call or something happening there. And the guys are just, using that spawn support quite well. But while we were saying that, DPS did manage to take back the Charlie flag. So DPS holding Charlie at the moment, and Alpha and Bravo being held by DI.
Yeah, I see. Nico using his rocket gun there. 2 of the DPS guys coming in on the Bravo flag. Yeah, Nico took 1 guy out. I think it was W3S. AJ standing his ground. DPS taking Bravo. And there's something happening at Alpha. Look at Alpha there. Alpha's also going down. The rest of the guys from DPS on that side.
We've actually only got.
Are they going to get a lockdown? Yeah. What's happening? Only Emil.
Only Emil, but he got taken out.
Sure.
So Alpha belongs back to DI. Bravo belongs to DPS, and I think Charlie is being contested with a couple of DPS guys on there. I think the one thing though, Scully, is that with the T5 sort of setup, I mean, if you think about it, the average map has 3 flags, right? So if you're 5 guys you basically have one defender at every flag and two guys running around capping, right? Now the problem that you have with that strategy is that if your two guys rock up and there's four guys protecting a flag, I mean, you're outnumbered. So,
correct. But what I've seen here, that what DPS is doing, is that they will also start taking a flag, and if they see it's clear, they leave one guy to carry on to take the flag, and then the rest of the guys move on to the next one already.
But you see, the only downside of that strategy again is exactly what happened here at A now. And one DPS guy was busy taking the flag, and then the one DI guy that was close called for spawn, and there were four guys on him, right? And it was outnumbered 4-1. So that was a little bit difficult for the DPS guys.
Exactly what's going to happen at Charlie now. One DI versus two DPS.
So let's see.
Okay, but DPS has taken the lead on this map so far.
Yeah, DPS leading on 38 tickets with versus DI's 30. DI holding the Alpha and Bravo flag at the moment, with DPS holding C. A couple of protectors around, and then we've got one or two people running to sort of cap. Scully, on the stream there, is anybody asking for specific spectating of specific players?
I don't know. I don't have it open, Yaku.
Okay, I'll have it open here on my side. Oh, just got taken out. So
DPS is taking Bravo, but they're losing Charlie at the same time. Who's this? DM7. Who's defending her versus W3S from DPS on the Bravo flag. There's enough DPS guys to take this flag down. I see DM7 is hiding behind the wall. But those bulldogs are going to sniff him out, bruh. No, they're running past him, all of them. Look at that.
Oh, and he took out Emil as well.
Yeah, you see that. Now Jade Nikita just spawned on him. Now they're going to take back the Bravo flag very quickly. We might see another lockdown, yeah? No, Charlie's going down.
Yeah, I think C's being taken back there by DPS. A couple of seconds, but not too much. But enough to bring that gap back, because DI has now moved into the lead. So DI on 52 tickets versus 47 by DPS. But DPS will contest this A flag.
Yeah, they're also busy with the B flag on this side. Only Emil left with two of the guys from DI, Jade Nikita and Nico versus Emil. And DI wins it.
There we go. DI having that Bravo flag. Actually, DI has now managed to open up that gap a little bit. I mean, we're leaning towards 10 tickets at the moment. 8 actually.
Yeah. See two of the DPS guys here. We've got Emil and AJ moving onto the Bravo. But you've got Nico here. He's on top of the roof.
And he's got that rocket gun.
Sneaky maneuver there. Yeah, through the window there. Yeah, you see, it's 1 versus 2. That tickets are just going to go down. They must just try and stay alive, obviously.
Yeah, and I think Nico is going to... He knows he had to jump down, otherwise he would have gone down with that roof. Good defending, good spawn tactic here again. So we've got Emil now 1 on 2. Let's see what happens here. He's got some spawn support, a lot of spawn support actually by the DPS guys.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of hiding around this building going on.
Yeah, running all around and round in circles. Nico is still alive, I can't believe it. Führer Banks coming in on the inside there. Together with AJ.
And we might see a lockdown happening here.
Yes, that's how quickly the tides will turn, eh? Look at that, there's a lockdown now.
And they're far away from most of the flags. I think the B one is probably the closest if they manage to get in there. And Furibanks does clear up. He's got some support there from Emil, so they're 2-on-1 at the moment, so they will start taking back B. Also taking back A. Sorry,
yeah. I actually had a look at the clock now when that lockdown was in progress.
Yeah.
As soon as you've got a lockdown, every second that goes by, you gain a point. So obviously, the more lockdowns you can get in a game like this, the more points you'll get. Because for every second, 5 seconds, you'll get 5 points. 10 seconds, you get 10 points. And it goes down very quickly.
Well, that's, of course, the capture points. But if you manage to get a couple of kills in between, that also helps, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure how the kills integrate into the point system there. But I just had a look at the clock seconds versus the points as they were gaining. DI was gaining points on the clock there, and it was every second was equals to 1 point.
So DPS taking back the Alpha flag, now pushing on Bravo, but Furibanks just got taken out there. Alpha and Charlie being held by DPS, and Bravo being held by DI.
I see Emil is coming around the corner here, but I think Niku saw him. Here we've got W3S, Furibanks also here on Bravo. 3 of the guys versus DI. Niku on the roof. DM7 in the corner.
Oh,
DM7 is out. Oh, they're definitely taking Bravo here. Niku is out as well. See, now we've got most of the DPS guys here at Bravo. I think they're going to make a move onto Alpha now. And I think the DI guys are moving over to Charlie. Yeah.
We've also got AJ making his way slowly over here to A. So I think they might try a dual move here. With some guys going on A. There we go, indeed AJ's here at A now, busy taking back the A flag, and yeah, so it switches around. So Charlie at the moment being held by DI, and we've got Alpha being held by DPS, and Bravo being contested, and I think it's going to be 2-on-2 at the moment, if I head over to the Bravo flag here.
That's an interesting story here by the Charlie flag. Guys jumping over the wall back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Trying to evade those bullets. Here we have another look at the tickets there. Look at that. Every second, Jaco, more or less. See there.
It's very quick, and it completely changes. And I mean, because it's so fast paced, every second that goes by is a second that either a gap is being opened or closed, right?
Correct.
So we've got DI pushing back here on Bravo again, but we have Emil in a good defensive position, but unfortunately got taken out there by a grenade. So B being taken back by DI, but DI losing A to DPS. And DM here.
Yeah, it seems like
good.
Like they're gonna take Charlie back.
But DM here had a very good defensive position on that roof. But I think outnumbered.
Is he there by Bravo again?
No, he was by Alpha.
Ah, okay.
In that little house. Actually, he was in there. They lost the flag. He stayed in there, and now they're taking it back. But we've got DPS guys running into Alpha again. A, of course, is also being taken back by DPS. So DPS holding Alpha and Charlie. But I think there's been a good ticket gap opened by DI, who's on 127. So it's a nice gap at the moment to have.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like to see DPS win this one. And I know that some of the guys are going to start taking me out again. It's like, why do you say that, Scully?
Well, because we want to see a third map.
Third map, yeah.
We get to watch more game.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
You know, you would think that
always...
guys like us who have, been playing the game for ages would eventually get sick of watching the game. But funny story, it hasn't happened.
Yeah, we're still here, we're still spectating, we're still watching, we're still playing.
And I still enjoy every game that I watch. Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, me too.
This is a good strategy from DPS.
Even though we have a lot of banter and we have problems with the game and it's broken and it's this and it's that, we still enjoy it.
Every moment.
Well, I still enjoy it a lot.
Every moment. Ooh, good job there by AJ on the defending of the A flag. And
I see DPS and them have got those 2 flags. Let's see if they can hold them.
I think, look, there's still enough time. Nobody's reached 150 tickets yet. I know that's not even scientific, right? But it's just, from what I've seen from domination games, once one team gets to 150, if there's that 50 tickets left, I don't know if it's the pressure or what it is. It just becomes very, very difficult for the other team to come back. So at the moment, if DPS can, sort of hold 2 flags at least, then they will not allow DI to get there fast. But DI taking back the Alpha flag and also taking back the Charlie flag at the moment. So we could see another lockdown here. But DPS have come back from that and they are over there at Charlie, making sure that doesn't happen. Yeah, the entire DPS squad over here at the Charlie flag. We've got one DPS player flanking around, going towards Bravo, but he's going to meet some...
Fero Banks.
Yeah, but the Fero Banks is going to meet some heavy numbers over there.
Yeah, it's Nico and 7.
Doing a good job taking out 1 or 2 of the defenders, though.
Yeah, he was just getting to a corner there.
Oof.
Try and stay safe.
Got taken out.
Jade flanked him from the backside there. Well, they got Alpha. They got Alpha back.
Yeah. So guys, again, if you are joining us for the stream tonight, thank you very much for joining. If you are subscribed, that's great. If you're not, please hit the subscribe button. If there's anyone specific that you want us to spectate, it's a little bit difficult with these maps and domination because I try and get into some first person as much as I can, but people die quickly in this game.
That's a problem.
Fury Banks doing a good job here, clearing out a couple of players on his way to the Bravo flag. And
see, there's 2 of the DI guys on this Bravo flag trying to defend it.
Yeah, and they managed to do so. Banks getting taken out. DPS still here on the still holding the Alpha flag. It is being contested though, but Emil doing a good job on defending again, taking out 2 players there.
So we passed the 150 ticket mark there for DI, and they're busy with Alpha.
Yeah. Now I know.
This is going to be the third lockdown.
What's the right word? The Afrikaans word is that there's a bygeloof. What's the English word? It's a myth. No, it's not a myth. It's something you believe in that is not always based completely on reality. This is my view on this 150 tickets.
'n bygeloof. Is jy by die helmet gebore, bro?
Ja, ek het nie helmet aangehad op die tyd nie, maar dit het vir my ingegee na die tyd.
Jy sê hulle vir jou stay safe, bro. Stay safe. Klap jy so op die kop en rol jy daar uit.
Yeah. So DPS holding the Alpha and Charlie flag, although Alpha and Charlie are both being contested at the moment.
Oh shit.
So we might see a lockdown here, but Bravo being taken back by DPS, reacting quite quickly to that threat of the lockdown.
Yeah, I see if Banks already moving on to Alpha there. He's going to be met by Jade, Nikita and Chops in that Varnhuis.
Yeah, 3-on-1 at the moment, but I think they...
I wonder how the monkeys are doing on that side, bro.
I don't know. We'll have to watch the stream after and see what happens.
I have to tune in there. and listen to the Afrikaans guys doing a little bit of commentating. Have you listened to the stream on that side? Don't you think that's awesome?
That's the guys from VTRN.
Yeah, the guys from VTRN doing a stream there in Afrikaans.
What do they call themselves? The drunken streamers.
Drunken streamers or something like that. Hey, those guys are funny, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, Scully, we're coming
There's just
up to
some things that.
Sorry, man. We're coming up to the end here. 194 for DI versus 120 for DPS, and DI capturing the Bravo flag while holding the Charlie flag. So I don't think there will definitely not be enough time for DPS to come back from this.
There's 4 tickets. Yeah, it's gonna be too late, I think.
No, I don't think there's a opportunity there. I see the A flag is being contested there. So is the C flag. But I think that DI did enough.
2 tickets to go. Yeah.
I think they did enough to take this one.
Well, DPS still standing strong and trying their best there, especially on the Bravo flag.
Defending that until the bitter end.
Yeah.
There we go. So indeed that's the
end of the game.
That is the end of the game. I'm just going to give it a couple of seconds to make sure that there was no horrendous infringements or anything that went on that was strange.
Somebody used the wrong tank again. "20 minutes on a game, that's not too bad, eh?"
No, that was quite...
40 minutes for a match.
That was quite quick.
50 minutes, about an hour. Actually an hour more. If you round it off, it's about an hour. Then it's over. Yeah, well done there to DI on this one, and to DPS. I think both teams played very well.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, all those lockdowns that DI got there, you know, gave them both these matches.
I must
all in all, a good game to watch.
Absolutely. I must tell you that I think if I had to pin something on DI's ability tonight to move that quickly, I mean, I said it during the game as well, but I think I saw these guys using, you know, their spawns exceptionally well. Being able to spawn on a player. Now, whether that's down to just communication or whether it's down to I just want to be in the game, so I'll spawn on the closest person, I don't know. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that it's about the communication. But whatever they did from that perspective, it worked really well. I mean, every time there was hardly ever an instance, except here and there, where there was a DI person that was alone. So really, really good, sort of spawning assistance there from DI. On the other hand, DPS extremely fast on reacting to flags being taken. I mean, we did see lockdowns happening on the DI side, but they were, first of all, they were minimal, and secondly, when they did happen, they happened for a couple of seconds. So DI reacting extremely quickly to those maps being taken back. But I think that's well played by DI. You've got to give it up to them.
Yeah, definitely. I see that the next map is starting. I don't know if you heard anything about infringements or...
No, these guys are actually very good sports. They wrote back and said no infringements, everybody happy with the game, but we are going to play the third map just for fun. Okay,
so let's carry on spectating. Let's see.
That's a good idea. So let's go back to the live game there.
Yeah, this is what I like to see, man. You know, good sportsmanship within what we do here in Battlefield Clan Wars is what it's all about. You know, these guys that I know sometimes, you know, it's a heartbroken story when you lose and you don't feel so lucky inside, and everybody wants to rage quit and grab a glass of milk from the fridge and go to bed to try and soothe the wounds. But to see that these guys, you know, actually participated in the last map as well. Obviously, DI has won already, but kudos there to DPS for staying and carry on playing.
So for fun, I'm going to just do first person in this map. So if you die, I'll
see how long you can stay alive there.
But to be honest with you, I mean, I quite like the DPS guys in general from a sportsmanship perspective. I mean, they're not very loud guys, right? I mean, they're not very loud on Facebook or on Discord.
Very laid back, very, I would call them almost professional.
Yeah.
They've seen it, done it all, that kind of attitude. That's what I get from them. Being veterans from way back on all the Battlefield previous titles. These guys are very laid back, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, and I must tell you, I quite look. Don't get me wrong. I like a bit of good banter as much as the next guy, but these guys always very professional, very in control of themselves. Not again, not loud or derogatory towards anybody or anything like that. So I quite enjoy this team, and I've always liked their logo, right? That little bulldog.
Yeah, me too. I love that logo, that little bulldog. Just. I remember the first game that we played. Remember the first game that we played against them was, I think, I can't remember who it was, but someone invited us to say, let's play here against DPS and them on Battlefield 4.
Yeah, but
and they annihilated us from a dizzy height. Remember, we just got Battlefield 1.
Yeah, but
we just started the community.
But back then, I didn't know who DPS was. And I
me neither.
It was a hell of a rude awakening, actually.
Yeah, I remember my first encounter on Battlefield 1 was with what's the guy's name now? I don't know if he's even there anymore. Shit, now I can't remember, but it was in Argonne Forest, and he skewered me. And I think we made a little video of that. I took a clip of that. It was you, me, and Prong, and we were running around there in Argonne Forest like heroes. We didn't know what the hell to do. And let me just check here quickly. I'm going to tell you now what this clan was called. They're actually still with us. They're not very known though. It's not a well-known clan. It's LGD.
Well, we are doing the third round for fun, aren't we?
Yeah, there's the guys from LGD where we played against, and it was I can't remember what's the guy's name now. The other day I asked someone, where's this guy? He's a very laid back guy, and I remember in the parties he was like, yeah, what's up, man? And so we played against them on Argonne Forest.
I remember that actually.
Wiped the floor with us.
Yeah, I actually remember that. But even
Legendo. That was the guy's name. That was my first real encounter, and I think I told you and Yaku when not Yaku. Prong. Yeah, while we were playing this, like, yes, these guys take this thing serious, bro. They're on the next level. And then we find these guys, and it's like, don't shoot him, stab the fucker. Oh, yeah, fun and games, eh?
Yeah, look, I mean, we've had some good times on, on Battlefield 1 thus far. I mean, there's a couple of...
I think I've enjoyed, I know Battlefield 4 was a lacquer game to play and all of that, but we didn't have that, the community that we have now.
Yeah.
And I think that's that rounded off Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1, I think, in my opinion, will go down as actually one of the all-round best Battlefield games that I've played. And that is now including with the community and the clans and all of that. Before we had the community just like a random thing. Yes. And
what you're saying is very true. I mean, look, nothing is, ever the way that everybody likes it, and nothing's perfect. And, there's the days that the community have their up days and down days and things like that. But I must tell you, the difference for me between where we are with Battlefield 1 versus where we were with Battlefield 4, if you can remember when we played Battlefield 4, you had to go and look for support. I mean, I was part of forums and, things like that to try and get answers sometimes on how do you do something or how does something work or whatever may be the case. These days it's as easy as doing a Facebook post or, writing something on Discord, right? So obviously the support element of it is hell of a lot better. And obviously the competitive side of it, I don't know if I want to say it's better, because Battlefield 4 is a really, really good game competitively, but I think from a clan and the growth of clans perspective, I think it's better.
Absolutely.
Because back in Battlefield 4, I got the feeling almost that you only played for a clan if you were exceptionally good, which meant that half the players playing Battlefield,
as well.
which meant that half the players that played Battlefield 4, wanted to play competitively, but didn't always feel that they were good enough. And even if they were good enough, they had to pretty much earn their place in a specific clan, because there was only 10 around, right?
Correct.
Whereas now, I mean, that's different, right? There's a lot more people getting opportunities. There's a lot more guys facing off in clans. Look, you still have your, exceptionally hardcore guys, not calling anybody's name out that starts with the first letter of the alphabet and that sort of thing. But but we've got some really good up and coming clans. I mean, tonight, for example, is a great example, right? I mean, DI is not an old clan. They haven't been around forever, yet they went up tonight against a clan that has been around for a long time. And both these guys had a great game, right? Nobody was overpowering anybody else, and they had a good game, and it was a good face off. And I'm sure DPS will agree with me to say that DI played really well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the camaraderie and friendships and stuff and bonds that have been created over the past year and a half, within the community and on Battlefield 1 is second to none to what was before on Battlefield 4.
Correct.
And I think moving over to the next Battlefield, whatever that might be, it might only get better and better from here.
Yeah, and of course, I mean,
obviously, as you mentioned earlier, nothing is perfect and flawless, but we're working on it day by day, and it's definitely 110% better than what it was on Battlefield 4. Because I mean, there's that sense of belonging, within your clan, within your clan mates, within the community itself. Everybody's got their place.
Absolutely, absolutely. Scully, I think. I don't know if I want to give you this news now, but it looks like we got some feedback from the stream that you might owe some people money.
I need to talk to these guys. Don't tell me that CTK let me down tonight, because I'm going to be pissed off tomorrow.
So I'll go and check it out when we're done here, but it does look like MSMK has won that game based on the feedback. So I see Pondu has joined us as well on the stream. How's it, Pondu? I'm sure you can give us feedback on the stream on how that game was, and whether Scully owes people money.
Yeah, Pondu, what's happening with my investment on that side? Don't tell me that CTK, whoever they stand for, has let me down again.
And Nico just got taken out there by Fear Banks with a knife. I must tell you, I mean, in some of these first-person views for quite some time now. Of course, the guys just having fun at the moment. DI did officially win the game, but DPS stuck around to have a bit of a fun game with them, which is great to see. And JB says he thinks that CTK may have let you down.
Where did I lose you?
Did the internet gremlins grab you again?
Yeah. You know how it goes. I don't know. Can you hear me properly? Because you're a bit soft on that side now.
No, I can hear you. JB says he thinks that CTK did indeed disappoint you.
Oh, yes. Yeah, now they just put a big target on my back. I know that. But it's fine. I'll have a look at the stream tomorrow. I think it's going to be an interesting one, especially with the VTRN guys. They're quite funny. Doing the stream there in Afrikaans and so on. So I'm going to have a look at that and just see if there wasn't any infringements, just to make double sure that everything went smoothly.
So Pondu says that CTK took 16 MCOMs and CTK 0. So a convincing win is his indication there.
What? Did they take 16 MCOMs?
Yeah.
Did they use dynamite? I'm sure they used dynamite. I'll recheck the stream. I'm sure they used dynamite or something. Something was up there. I mean, we know the guys from CTK. I mean, those guys are champions. I don't think that they'll just let this fly like this. I'm sure that there were some booby traps or something. We'll check for infringements like gas and the usual stuff. See if their fixtures, if MSNK did their fixtures properly, maybe we can issue a yellow card and deduct 5 points or something like that. We'll make a plan. We'll get our money back. Don't worry.
Guys, maybe we just need to make it very clear. Well, because it's on a live stream, Scully, of course, is just kidding. And in case you guys haven't picked up on it yet, MSNK is fully aware of the I almost want to say the prank that we are playing. So please don't take
sure everybody except Mullies and fucking Burns.
So please don't take that literally. MSNK is aware, and it is all a big joke between the couple of us. That's actually been coming from season 1 already. But unfortunately, then they didn't play in season 1, so we couldn't do it then.
Yeah, the thing is, I was actually personally, from my side, I was actually disappointed when MSNK decided not to play.
Yes.
Because I mean, I enjoy their movies, I enjoy their pranks and all that stuff. But so I just feel fuck that it's time to give a little bit of payback here, for those guys, because they let us down in season 1. So they're definitely gonna get it for me from season 2, and hence the reason that I'm betting against them.
Yeah, but it's all good fun. But again, from our side, well done to MSNK. It looks like it was a very, very convincing win. CTK,
yes.
I was holding thumbs, but not meant to be tonight.
Yeah, well, now I'm really starting to wonder what CTK stands for.
Yeah, a bunch of good guys actually. Very funny. I've been with them in a couple of parties here and there, and extremely funny guys. Very good sense of humor.
Yeah.
And they always make the most
can see that they've
interesting posters, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's what I wanted to say just now. Is you can see that they've got a good sense of humor because of the marketing material that they put out and that kind of thing. So it's always good to have individuals like that can take a bit of banter and can take a bit of jokes here and there, not to be as serious as some individuals, which I would not mention, which I have mentioned.
Something else that I've noticed as well, talking about posters, is I've seen that there's quite a bit of guys, doing streams and stuff that are coming up with some really innovative, sort of posters and invites to the streams that they are showing and that sort of thing. So that's also good to see. I mean, I saw the Gunslinger girls today with their poster up there. You can see that they went some work into that. I saw the VTRN poster with that little drunken guy with his tot glass and the whiskey bottle, which is interesting as well. I saw the MOU guys poster today as well. Also good poster. So that's also nice to see. It's nice to have this variety of things happening on the page, and the guys inviting for games and that sort of thing. Yeah,
absolutely. I think it's that's what I was talking about. I mean, there's banter, there's good friendships that has been formed, the clans, the camaraderie, all of that stuff, and that's what makes us come back for more. Absolutely. At the end of the day.
Absolutely.
There's no hard feelings towards anybody or anything, or guys that has left and come back and moved on and made a U-turn and so on. I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, if you're part of the Battlefield 1 page there on Facebook, we know that the banter can get a bit hectic sometimes. But I think it's we've grown a lot, and we've come far from where we were like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I see that these guys are finished on this side, Yaku.
Yeah. So I think that third game, maybe just for the guys, I see there's a couple of guys who joined us probably after watching some of the other streams as well. So thank you very much for joining us. Again, if you are subscribed, thank you very much. If you are not, please hit the subscribe button. Also hit the little bell to get your notifications, and you won't miss a stream that we do. In terms of the rules and the information and the tables, please go and get that at www.bfclanwars.net. For tonight, the game was played. DI took the match 2-0 versus DPS Silver. And if you look at the screen there, that is the final screen showing there. Now, of course, the third game that we were talking a lot of other stuff about when they were playing the third game. The third game they were just playing for fun, so we just decided to do a little bit of first person there for you. But I think all in all, a great game tonight. DI, well done, well played. DPS also very well played, didn't lay down, kept fighting back. At the end, though, DI took it. Scully, any last thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just very disappointed. I have to make this known that I'm very disappointed in CTK for letting me down tonight. I was punting for you guys all day long. I took a lot of slack for you guys all day long, and I don't know, boys, we're going to have to talk about this one. But all in all, good game tonight here with DI versus DPS. Congrats to both teams. DI obviously took the match there, but at points that we different parts of the game, we saw that it was very close with the tickets. It's just those lockdowns that made the difference at the end of the day. But all in all, good game for both teams, and yeah, even the monkeys, well done. That's 16 fucking incomes. Can you believe it? It's like a train. It's like some train we heard about, a while back. Remember the train there?
Yeah.
From the clan of which we do not speak, who starts with the first letter of the alphabet. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good, guys.
Thanks for everybody who's joined us on the stream and chatted away and so on. We'll see you guys on the next round.
Excellent, guys. From my side, that's all we had for tonight. We will be back on Thursday with another stream, and we invite you to come and join us then. I'm Yakusar for Battle Bros. See you on the battlefield.